Hello, Collaborate, Elaborate. I wish it was Halloween, but it's not. So I decided to light the room in a spooky way. So this week then, the theme has been from Bilby, which was poetry, and I love poetry. You probably don't know this. I probably haven't talked that much about poetry, but I'm an avid poet as well as a writer, and I love poems. I love William Blake, I love Sylvia Plath. I love poetry. Poetry really speaks to me. I love words. I love like the phrasing and the structure of poems. And I've had a poem of my own published, so I'm going to read you that one later. I think my favourite poet, where I've sort of studied a lot of his work and really engaged with it, is, you'll know him, he's American, he's from New England, and he's called Robert Frost. Now, there are lots of poems, obviously the most famous one being The Road Less Travelled. My favourite poem by Robert Frost is called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, and I'm going to read it to you now. So here we go. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake, to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. I really love Robert Frost, especially that poem. It's just so beautiful, and the rhyming pattern as well. I just love it, how it's so simple. It's about looking at other people's lives and seeing what they have and what you don't, you know, and kind of almost wanting that. And it's through that, he's using that as a metaphor, because obviously Robert Frost worked on, if you didn't know, he worked as a farmer, and he worked very hard. He worked long hours, and he barely barely had time to rest. He barely had time to enjoy himself. He was always working. I think he was talking about death. He could put himself to rest really easily, and stop from all the heartache and all the work and the trouble that he has to go through. But actually, he has promises to keep. He has things, like his wife and kids, and he has the farm to uphold, and he has all his responsibilities, which actually are a lot more important than, his selfish wants. The second poem I'm reading is one that I got published in a book called Talking About My Generation. The poem that I wrote is called Forest of Memories. So here we go. Forest of Memories. Never shall you see again. Naught that is real lives here. You perish in your own anguish of sorrow and regret. It's all in the mind, branches of thought stretched out into unruly bushes. Leave the mind alone. Let your imagination blossom. Leave your mind to dwell on things that were inevitable, things that through no fault of your own happened. It's nature. But your senses are disturbed and start to take root, start to convince you, planting yourself under the soil you laid, that you toil over, in your mind day and night. All of it, it's your fault. And all of this starts to intertwine with your being. All you did it. All evidence points to you, however unlikely it may be, however dead the leaves. You try to blame someone, but there is none left. The rest have perished in the hot midday sun. You are its chosen one. It takes root to you, to your fertile fears, and distributes it. You are chosen to bear its burdens, the guilt of lifetimes, the fruit of all knowledge. A mass of branches, roots, crippling you, every step, to ultimately bring you to your thorny, constricting, wooden end. What I just wanted to say to you guys, I want you to try and analyse my poem and just go through it and try and make something of it. See what you think I've written about. It'd be really interesting. So yeah, have a good Halloween if you celebrate it, and hopefully I'll see you next week, and we'll see Katie maybe tomorrow, and if not, we'll see Shelby on Monday. Cool. Bye guys.